Hello, greetings from Mobility Outlook, and welcome to Mobility Conversations. Our guest for today show is Ms. Maria Anhalt, Chief Executive Officer at Elektrobit Automotive GmbH. She is going to talk about Elektrobit, its evolution, and the journey going forward. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. Uh, can you tell us about the evolution of Elektrobit ever since Continental acquired in June 2015?
So we continue to develop as a pure play software, I have to say, system and software company. Continental decided to keep Elektrobit as a standalone independent operation. And let me explain why. The reason is we are not integrated into the Continental business lines. Because like 1/3 of our revenues is serving directly customers like the OEMs, the Fords, the Volkswagens, the BMWs, etc. 1/3 of our revenues is approximately serving Continental as a customer, as a key account at first.
Okay.
1/3 is serving Continental competitors, the tier ones. So for that we have to be independent. And if you look at the current trends, how the industry is evolving as more and more OEM, more and more car producers are engaging with pure play software vendors, with technology companies, this piece of our revenues that goes directly with OEM is getting bigger. We are also directly working with technology providers, the Mobileye's, the Amazon, etc., directly. So we are serving Continental as a customer. It's a great account for us. It's our shareholder. The company belongs 20% to Continental. However, we are independent company, continue to serve the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, how do you strike a balance between serving the parent company Continental and Continental's
It is a very important question. So how we do this? We treat everyone as a valuable customer. So we have NDAs, we have a very strict handling of customer data and confidential information. Nobody's allowed to look anywhere else. We also have a separate IT within Elektrobit. And like you have multiple customers, you're not allowing the data to spill over. We treat Continental as a customer account. On the same side, I would like to highlight that it's a great benefit for Continental to have us serve the entire market, because when you serve the entire industry, you're highly competitive. You develop software, products, services that are suitable for multiple requirements from multiple industry, for various vehicles that are tested, qualified for various corner cases. So everyone profits from this experience, that you're not developing only particular software or product for one particular customers, but you benefit from the experience, expertise, know-how, making your hands dirty with anyone else. So it makes us more successful.
Okay. Elektrobit, I think, develops solutions for complex vehicle functions regulated by software. So what are the emerging opportunities for the company going forward?
It's a great time to be. I'm often, asked, are you depressed because automotive industry is going through a transformation and there is struggles and everything. And if you look what is happening in the industry with all the difficulties, there are two sunlights, so to say. The one is, given the move from combustion engine to e-mobility, is the whole e-mobility and the electrical drive. Okay, so that is not something that we're doing. And the second one is software becoming a key element of the technology of the vehicle. The amount of software, the importance of the software, the valuation of the software, the new business models, which is a great time to be, because we are critically important for the future business success of all these OEM and technology partners in tier one. So we have more requests, more business, more inquiries. So we are moving from a time where in the car, this is the small units. There's called ECU, electronic control units. So a car has hundreds of those, and each of those ECUs, electronic control unit, had an embedded software. It became extremely complex to write software for all these hundreds of elements. Now we are moving to the so-called HPC, high performance computers, where in a car you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 such big computers that need to be connected. And we are at the core of providing the core software elements for those elements. And then you're moving to a complete connected vehicle or vehicle to the environment or connection to vehicle with over-the-air updates where we have core technologies and enabling the so-called automotive operating system. And we are pioneers and leaders from embedded automotive software. We're doing this since 30 years. And we are approached by all parts of the ecosystem. We are partnering not only with the OEMs, with the car makers, but also with Amazon, AWS, where we do Alexa Automotive. We are probably the best and most prominent implementer of Android in the car. So we're working with Google. We're using open source. We are also contributing to open source. We are working with companies who have nothing to do with automotive, like Sony. Sony just is about to release a new car in the market. Yep. They won the Innovation Award 2 years ago at the CES in Las Vegas. And it's a company which is electronics, nothing to do with automotive. And if they're capable to do a new car, and we are enabling them and writing the software, now imagine the opportunity that is in our hands. Yeah.
Okay. Are these called this car infrastructure software? Are these?
Yes. We're implementing car infrastructure software that is core in the car. Sometimes we also do the functions, the cars, there's the software that you see in the car, like infotainment or functions. We do this as well.
Okay. How has your Elektrobit's adaptive Autostar enabled the OEMs to offer innovative solutions to their customers, to their end customers?
Great question. Thank you. So we're coming from the classic Autostar, which is the de facto standard today in the middleware, and we are one of the top 2 providers in those solutions in the world. This technology will stay for many years. It's bulletproof, very, very high quality. The adaptive Autostar is a further development. It's a more flexible system that provides people with more options and implements many of the things that people did not so like in the classic Autostar. And our stack is, we believe, is the best in the market. We are capable of displacing our competitors. We have great new contracts with them and a very successful projects that is about to come in the coming SOPs, in the coming release of the OEM. So we are not allowed to say names, but trust me, we are working with the top names in the industry to release these to market. It's coming now in 2024 on the streets.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah. Now, how do you see your connectivity and security offerings grow in the face of cyber threats and data pilferage?
So cybersecurity is extremely important for us as software and breaches and everything that you read in the press. So for us, cybersecurity for the connected, the software-defined vehicle is a super focus, a great focus. We provide end-to-end solution. End-to-end solution starts with the architecture and extends to the cloud. We speak about embedded security. So we are integrating this into our out-of-the-box technology, but we also have a product line for that. It is called EB Center. We have over-the-air software updates technology. so that it's a cellular or VLAN connection or special requirements to enable this. We are ensuring also the implementation of regulation. UNCE is a regulation that is just released by the World Forum for Harmonization of Vehicle Regulation, and this is a very important step to ensure that transportation is sustainable, secure, safe, despite all the open interfaces. We also acquired a startup by the name of Argus. It's based in Israel, Tel Aviv. Reports to us, reports to me in Elektrobit. This is a company specifically good in intrusion detection and also security services. So we're taking their technology and embedding it in our infrastructure software, in our platforms out of the box, and also making sure that we enable them to consult and service all of the big OEMs with respect to the UNCE regulation. So very, very important space, and we are lucky, I must say, to have access to expertise and know-how of such a area which is so scarce in the marketplace.
Okay. To support the OEMs that are required to deal with several system suppliers, Elektrobit, I think, consolidates heterogeneous applications into one system on chip. What are the challenges you face and how do you mitigate them?
For one system on chip?
Chip.
Okay. So see, we are a software company. We work with all the SOP, with the SOC, the system on chip provider. We have partnerships with NXP, with NVIDIA, with Qualcomm, and engage with them very, very early in the development cycle to make sure that we support things out of the box when they come, but also collaborate. We also have product lines that have emerged from such collaboration. I mentioned we have a new product for networking, Zuneo, AB Zuneo, it is called, and that emerged from the collaboration between us, Elektrobit, and Marvell. So we can even create new product lines based on collaboration with the SOC providers. And one of the strengths of Elektrobit that we are capable not only of creating own software, sell it, and install it at the customer. We also have a great services arm. We can implement it and we can integrate with other software systems that are available on the customer side and integrate it with their hardware. So we have an end-to-end system know-how how to do that. And this is a core competitive advantage for our company. We provide products, software like regular, but we also provide services to implement them and deliver what the customer needs. And we work with the silicon providers to make sure that we support everything out of the box and can integrate everything.
Now, what are your offerings for the future automated driving and related tools? The new opportunities that you get from your customers? If you can share some details.
Well, we have all kinds of product lines. We have for user experience, for car infrastructure, for automated driving. We have the eHorizon product line, which is very, very successful and used. But we also engage with customers to deliver AD features, automated driving features and functions. And this is one of the areas that is projected to have the highest growth moving forward. If you look at the analyst report, so it's an area that continues to have a very high investment and also great development.
Okay. What about electromobility? Your offerings particularly to electric vehicles.
So our software is agnostic whether it's a combustion engine or battery or hydrogen. We serve everyone. We are absolutely agnostic of the engine.
Chip shortage has crippled the automotive industry worldwide. how Elektrobit was managing these issues and helping OEMs and system suppliers.
Well, indirectly, it is influencing, because how did this shortage occur in the industry? Remember that it was with COVID-19, with when the pandemic started, and many of the OEM started adjusting their projections of how many vehicles they will produce, because people were sent at home, and in a software company you can work from home, but in a production factory you cannot do. And once the OEMs adjusted their projections, then the tier one projected it, the cancellations, then the chip manufacturers, semiconductors planned differently, and all in a sudden that changed, and the chip shortage came. So each time the OEMs adjust their projections and vehicle production and outlook, it impacts everyone in the value delivery chain, us including. However, I must say, given that software has such a critical importance for everyone, in particular the OEMs, and the investment in software is increasing, the importance of software is increasing, and the amount of software is increasing, we have not been as much impacted like other participants in the automotive space.
Lastly, if you can briefly tell us about your global operations and what are the plans for the next 5 years?
So we are continuing to grow the company in terms of revenues, reach, profitability, but also people. If I look, we have grown in the last 7 years from 600-700 people to 3,500 people, and you can imagine how hard it is to go from a smaller company into a large scale software vendor. We continue to hire and we continue to grow worldwide. We have a very strong operation in India. In fact, we just celebrated six years presence in India, and continue to invest and to grow there. We started growing in additional locations like Mexico, in South America, as we need more coverage and more people for the Americas region. We're looking for new locations in Europe, and we are growing Asia Pacific significantly. So I'm also very excited and very positive about the development in India. And I know India from my previous life, as I worked in the high tech for a long time. I know India for maybe 15 years, working closely with people, and I see the great talent, the pipeline of talent that is available there. I see the development in India in terms of more and more startups. So there is this entrepreneurial mindset that I'm seeing is establishing in the country. I'm seeing the opportunity for global roles. In fact, in my earlier professional life, I placed global leaders in India to have a global role, and we just started doing this. So with India, we have now the country manager who has taken the head of strategy for the entire company out of India. And I would like to grow more and more such roles.
Great. Lovely talking to you, Maria. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and talking to Mobility Conversations. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. My pleasure.